Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive, bringing you guys a brand new Pokemon Masters video today. In this video, I'm going to give you guys a full beginner's guide and tutorial and some tips and tricks for Pokemon Masters. If you've been playing this mobile game, it's a free-to-play mobile game by Pokemon and DeNA, and it's pretty darn awesome if you ask me. There's a lot of fun, there's some really cool elements that you can do, including co-op once you get far enough, and it's really cool to take these sync pairs and train them up and use them in battle and try different things. So I'm going to go through a bunch of different things in this video, some of the basics, maybe some more advanced stuff, and I have a playlist link in the description below for all my Pokemon Masters videos, so you can check out all of those. Be sure to like the video if you enjoy, subscribe if you guys are new for daily Pokemon content, and let me know what your favorite sync pair is in the comment section below. So let's take a look at some of the basic stuff here, right? There's a tutorial, so I'll skip some of that, but we're gonna look at the team stuff here, and you can see I've got a lot of different options here. So the first thing is you can edit your team. You've got the different characters, you've got the opportunity to equip items at the top when you get a little bit further, and again, a lot of this stuff you'll kind of get through just doing things. Level up is a big question. How do I level up my characters? Well, you can level up your characters with these different level up books that you can get from Level Up Training, which I'll show you guys, and you can see that's an easy way to do it. Olivia's 55, and I can easily get her to 70 by just a few of those level 3 books, so a lot of cool opportunities there. You can do moves and skills. This is going to be how you get most of your characters to be a lot stronger than they otherwise would be. Let me find Will here. Will is right about there. So Will is a pretty solid support type character, and what I can do is say I want to learn our power is limitless. You just see the items required here, which I need some training machines. I have 966 of them. I only need 5. I will click learn, and I will learn our power is limitless. Simple as that, right? Air Slash. Air Slash is a much higher requirement. It needs 10 of these little sodas here, the Tectonics. It needs some Ultra Tectonics. It needs some other things like that, but that's not too big of a deal. I can learn that because I have the materials required for that. And then for the passive, you can see this is the main thing you need is skill capsules. I have plenty of skill capsules, 194, so I can simply learn this move if I want to. His stats cannot be lowered with Impervious, so I'll do that. And that is how I've just gotten Will maxed out with all of his different items, and now I have to just level them up. Now you might be like, how do I get all those different things? Well, you can go to explore here, and there's the training area, the last option down. The training area is where you're gonna get most of these items, and you're gonna keep an eye out for the super courses. Those are really, really good. I have another video going up on how to get the gym leader notes, but generally you're gonna pick these different courses. If you wanna get the level up notes, you go to the level up course, you play the level up course on whatever level to get the various items that you need. If you're looking to level up strike, then you can do the same thing. That's how you get these drops, and the beauty of this game is there's no time constraint at all. You can play as many times as you want, and my team is strong enough now that I can just auto most of these anyway, so that's pretty cool there. So that's how you're gonna get those items to power up your different characters. So basically the process is pretty simple. You take a character, you're gonna, let's say you have a low level character, like I just got Chris. So I have Chris here, and I wanna unlock Chris's level cap. So I go to Chris here, and I say, okay, I wanna get Chris to level 55. I unlock the level cap, and then I proceed to level up Chris to a higher level. So then I go, okay, I leveled up, now I'm gonna go to level up, I'm gonna go find Chris, which is right down here, and then we can use some of those books to level up Chris. And all of a sudden, I have Chris at level 55, just like that. I'll do it this way. Just like that, and bam, I just got Chris up to level 55. Now again, I've farmed a lot of these materials, so it's a little faster for me, but generally, that's all you gotta do. And now I can evolve this Croconaw, or this Totodile, into a Croconaw. Now if I wanna go evolve this thing, all I have to do is I have to go to the shop, and then I have to buy. You don't have to spend real money, you exchange items, and then you can buy the evolution crystal, which is 10,000 coins, this guy right here, the evolution shard. So you get 5 of those, and then you go to Chris's story, which is in Explore, Sync Pair Stories, and I go to Chris, and now I have the opportunity to do Totodile's evolution by doing that, and you get some gems for the first time you do that. So that's a basic idea on how to evolve characters. Obviously, you guys have probably figured out the main story by now. You can go to the main story, and you can play through the different chapters of the main story, and you'll actually unlock some pretty good stuff here. A lot of people have been asking me, is this game free to play? 1,000,000%. At this point in time, this game is very free to play. In fact, I actually recommend you don't spend any money at all. If you're gonna spend any money, there's $1 you can spend a day to get 1 sync pair for $1 essentially in the shop here. If you use Sync Pair Scout, there's a little button for the daily discount for 100 gems of paid gems. You can do that, and you can get 1 sync pair a day for $1 if you're willing to spend money. Otherwise, I don't really think you need to spend any money at all, because the money only gets you sync pairs. Everything else is through, through just grinding the game, which is really cool in my opinion. Obviously you have your daily kind of missions here, so you just claim all anytime you get those. And you can see Bugsy's got this little kind of magnifying glass above her head, or his head rather. I click on Bugsy, and Bugsy's actually going to give me an item, so I get a level up manual for talking to Bugsy. So another little tip there. Otherwise, you can go to explore. Like I said, you've got your main story. Once you beat your main story, that's really all you're gonna do there. There's nothing for events, but the blue event is coming very soon. It's probably, by the time a lot of you guys are gonna watch this, the blue event is probably already out. Sync pair stories, you can get 10 gems for each of these. You can skip them if you want. Just click on them and skip them, you get your 10 gems. And again, you'll spend a lot of time in the training area to level up these different courses and just to get, you know, kind of those grindy type items. Once you do all that, you're gonna unlock the co-op mode. The co-op mode is where you're gonna be able to go online with Quick Connect or with friends and actually battle against some of these trainers online. The training area has the various EX characters. I actually haven't been able to beat these yet, so this is a big grind. You have to get your characters to a really high level to be able to even challenge them in the first place. But the main story co-op gives you all these different chapters here to try to battle these different characters, and this is a good way to grind too. In my gym leader notes video, I talk about how you can get gym leader notes through doing the hard level challenges here, but otherwise you can get the equipped items here. So it's the same thing as grinding out the other training areas or the other kind of storyline. You get the items to do gear. So you have the different pieces of gear, and you can upgrade those gears by just going to the bug pin here and going okay, and then you see I have the different items required to power up the bug pin, and I can upgrade that, and we'll do that, and it's gonna cost a little bit of gold, it's gonna cost a little bit of other stuff, and we'll upgrade that. That's actually the first time I've done an upgrade. So now my bug pin is level 2. So you can continue to do little things like that and upgrade that. And then the big one here, and this is one that a lot of people have asked about: how do I do the potential? How do I increase potential? Because I want to take some of my sync pairs and make them, you know, higher potential. So the way it works is, you can see I have Bugsy here. Bugsy's a 3-star, and if I want to make Bugsy a 4-star, you have to have 20 of these items, the 3-star power-up. How do I get 3-star power-ups? Where do I get this item? You can see I have 7 of them. The way you get them is when you are in the shop and you are doing sync pair scouting and you pull a sync pair, it'll show, if you get a duplicate, it'll say, okay, you got 2 out of 5 of this duplicate. Like say you pull Brendan and then you pull Brendan again, and it'll say you have 2 out of 5 Brendan. When you get to 5 out of 5 Brendan, after that, when you pull Brendan again, your 6th Brendan, then you'll get one of those star power-ups. It's absurd. It is absolutely absurd. So let's give you guys an example here. Say I'm doing my sync pair scout and I end up pulling, let me pick a 3-star, arbitrary 3-star here. Let's say Ramos, right? So I've gotten Ramos a few times. So I pull Ramos 5 times. The 6th time I pull Ramos, I'll get that 3-star power up. The 7th time I pull Ramos, I'll get that 3-star power up. You know, if I get Bugsy 5 times and then I get Bugsy again, I'll get that 5-star or the 3-star power up. You have to get 20 of those. It doesn't have to be specific to any character. It's just for 3 stars, you get the 3-star power up, 4 stars, you get the 4-star power up, etc. So that's how you increase potential. A lot of people have been asking how you do that. I've gotten 7 of them, which means that I've gotten so many duplicates at this point from the different characters that I've been able to get 7 of these guys. So 7 duplicates over 5 duplicates, right? So that's pretty absurd. I can tell you I pulled Brendan so many times at this point. I think I'm at 5 Brendans. I've gotten, I think, like Wolfric like 5, 6, 7 times, dude. I've gotten Ramos like 7 times, dude. It's whatever. And I still haven't pulled Nolan, which is crazy. So that's how you increase potential. It's one of the increasing potential is like the most extreme kind of power up in this game at this point. There may be events down the road to get that item, but at this moment, that is the only way to increase potential. So that's pretty tough there. The last thing I wanted to mention in this video for beginners is that there's typically a couple different approaches you can go, but what I'd recommend is, you can see this is my team for grinding because it works out pretty well and I just like using these Pokemon and these sync pairs. But you'll see that there's 3 different icons. There's a little heart on Rose's, you know, above Rosa under the stars. There's a little fist for Houndoom, and then there's a little exclamation point for Viola. Those icons indicate support, strike, and tech. So those are the 3 different classes in this game. Now, generally, I would say the best meta right now is 1 strike and 2 supports. That's probably the best meta right now, because you use the 2 supports to buff the strike, and then the strike is the one that's doing the damage. You can also throw some text in there. There's some really cool ones. I do think Viola is actually really good. Crobat's really good. There's a handful of them that actually have a lot of usefulness. but it's really about whatever you want. So you can use whatever combination you want, and people keep asking me, what do I think is the best? What do I think is the strongest sync pair? And honestly, I think you can make almost any sync pair work. In fact, recently, one of the more powerful supports I've seen is Swanna and Skyla. So good because of Take Flight. It's just such a good power up. And you can really use anything. Like Blissy's got some really cool power-ups. Xatu's super good with stored power. You can use Price because of Icy Wind when you unlock that. I believe it gets Icy Wind. Icy Wind is super duper good. So there's a lot of different combinations you can use, and I kind of encourage you to try out different sync pairs, use your favorites. Obviously, there's certain sync pairs that are going to be stronger than others, like right now, Karen and Houndoom, Olivia, and Lycanroc, Dusclops, and Phoebe. Those are all very, very strong, but you can ultimately use whatever is going to make you happy. My only maxed out character up to this point is actually, if I show you, my only maxed out character up to this point is Bugsy. Believe it or not, I maxed out Bugsy at level 90. I can't get Bugsy any higher because I just happen to like bug Pokemon. That's just my favorite. I don't necessarily think Beedrill's amazing, but it's fun to use. So that's the sync pair that I've maxed out. So that's a lot of information packed into a short amount of time. That's the gist of all the different things there. I don't think there's really anything else to cover. Make sure you go to your gifts if you have any presents. You're gonna claim all those. And then otherwise, that's about it. I mean, I would say keep on grinding, have some fun. What I've been doing pretty much lately is I just go to explore, I just go to training area, I pick like level up course or whatever, we use some of those, I'll go to Brendan, and then I'll just click go, and I'll just have it on auto, and it'll just auto play through, and then once it's over, I just do it again. You'll see that my auto play will just kind of do its thing. I have it on sped up, I turn off the animations, and I just kind of fly through it. It just autos. It's not the most optimal moves, but I've been able to get my sync pairs high enough of a level that they pretty much are always going to win at this point. And it makes it so it is a bit of a grind, but honestly at the end of the day, like, there's no time limit, so you can just have this playing in the background while you're doing something else. If you're watching my stream or you're watching a TV show or whatever it is, you just have it on auto. So that's a bunch of little tips, beginner's guide for you guys. Ultimately, I would say use whatever sync pairs you want. I don't necessarily think you have to spend any money on this game at all. You know, I think you can get some really good stuff. Check out my reroll guide if you haven't yet. If you just got started, that's a really good guide there. But you'll see I get this level 3 manual. That's pretty clutch to level up, and you saw how fast that was. That was like 30 seconds to get that, and you can do that for all the courses and just kind of level up and grind as you play this game. So that's your beginner intro guide. Hopefully there was some useful tips there for you guys. I think I answered a lot of questions that I've been getting on stream. Feel free to check out my live streams at twitch.tv/aDrive, and I'll catch you guys in the next Pokemon Master stream or video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.